Greetings and salutations, my esteemed guests and subscribers. Great to have you here again. And as always, I'm yours truly, Light Liger here. And today I'm going to be doing a sponsored review on this coin called Divi Project. And in this video, we are going to be going through what is the vision, the big idea, what is Divi trying to do in the cryptocurrency space? What is the ecosystem looking like? And finally, we're going to be looking at their roadmap. What are the things we can expect from Divi in the future? So let's get started. So Divi was started back in Q4 of 2018. That's when they had their Genesis block. They are a proof of stake / masternode coin. We're going to be going closer into the tokenomics later on in this video. First, I want to kind of tackle what is kind of like their key mission in the space. What type of a entity they're trying to basically be. And is it kind of like stated here on their front page? Their mission is to accelerate the adoption of digital currency and also make crypto fun and easy to use. And Divi has certainly done a lot of very user-friendly, ease of access things on their wallet, for example, and making the process a lot more streamlined and easier to manage for your average user out there, basically, because a lot of things in crypto world can be very tech heavy and may not be for absolutely everyone who is trying to like figure out how things basically work. So let's kind of scroll through their platform. So they are, essentially trying to become a payment ecosystem. They have their own debit card in the works, which is currently on the roadmap, which we're going to be talking about a bit later. And they're just trying to, become that digital currency, become used on multiple different platforms where you can pay with Divi and buy your everyday groceries, for example, or other types of services, and, increase the use cases of Divi. And it has been already featured in CNBC, Twit, Cheddar, Tech Republic, and BitCourier. And they also have a mobile wallet coming out currently in beta testing, and we're going to be doing a separate video on that where I will be going a bit more deeper into what that is basically able to do. There's also a white paper if people want to look into it, and you can also develop different things with the Divi blockchain. But let's go actually into the vision page, which goes into a bit of the things that Divi is basically trying to build out. Obviously, billions are without banking. I think the current rate is 55% of the world is currently bankless. And you have to offer a currency that is going to be both fast and also currency that is going to be very easy to access and understand and learn. And also the fees have to be pretty low. And this is something with a lot of these masternode coins actually offer. The payment fees are friction of a cent basically, so it becomes very affordable coin to hold on third world countries, where a lot of the actual focus for Divi is, because some projects are really going for first world only, but that's not where the adoption is basically needed the most. And here it goes into the talks about decentralization. This is also, they have a governance which basically allows people to vote in proposals for maybe funding certain thing or developing certain tech around Divi. But let's get into the actual juicy stuff. So let's go into the platform page, going in a bit through their ecosystem first of all. So interoperable SDK, interoperability, which is something that we have talked about quite a lot in the last months in the crypto space. That is going to be a huge thing this year, alongside with NFTs. Last year was a bit of like DeFi. And one of the other things that they have is Machi, which is basically a one-click masternode installer. We're going to be talking about that in a second, but first I want to talk about the Divi nodes. Now, there are 5 different tiers of masternodes available for Divi. The first one is copper, second is silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Each of them have a bit higher RYI, and also everybody has a bit higher requirement to actually get into that tier. So the first one is 100K, the next is 300K, 1 million, 3 million, and 10 million. And obviously you can see here's the monthly revenues that you can get currently and the hosting cost with their own Masternode setup. You can obviously set it up yourself or use a third-party service, which can be also a bit more affordable than the Machi. But the Machi is very easy to use. And they also have an actual staking calculator here. Even if you're not going to be buying a Masternode, you can still stake inside your Divi wallet and get possible returns based on the amount of Divi you hold. So here is if you would have 500,000, let's see, 300,000 of Divi, you would be getting $193 of staking rewards, possibly. And there's going to be one block per minute on a Divi, so there's quite a lot of rewards per day to be gained in terms of staking. And the actual multi-coin wallet also is going to be supporting Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum plus of Divi, so that is going to be a pretty big game breaker when that comes out. But the ROIs are not like super high where it would inflate the price and kill the project altogether. I think they're pretty reasonable. They are a bit more expensive masternodes compared to a lot of the other ones, but even the copper one, I wouldn't say it's like out of reach for of all of people out there. Now let's kind of go into the actual masternode here. So this is the actual desktop wallet here. And it is pretty clean. I like the interface, and it has a bunch of different things here built it out, which is going to be making it a lot easier to use from a lot of other GUI wallets, because I had a lot of problems with out of the other wallets. They had complicated interfaces. I had to use the console for many times in the past, and it was a lot of fixing and problems, and I really didn't like that process. So when you basically log into the service, basically only thing you need to do is unlock your wallet. So it asks you basically a password, and we're going to be inputting that password here. I'm going to be choosing for how long the wallet is going to be, unlocked. And after you unlock, basically now it's staking. So I have 20,000 Divi here, and basically I have to, see and wait in case I'm going to be getting staking rewards. I have to keep the wallet obviously open in case I want to basically see them. And here's the Masternodes tab, and I'm going to be showing you basically how it's done. So there basically you can click a Masternode, and the cool thing is you can pay it with PayPal and credit cards. So basically gather 10,000 Divi, and then you just hit subscribe, and then you go into PayPal or credit card. You pay the hosting fee, and voila, you got yourself your own Masternode. A lot of the times, the Masternode's setup is actually a lot more complex, a lot more other steps, and it's not really easy for a lot of people who are not that tech savvy. It can be quite complicated. I run a couple of times in the past, but I just found the process very annoying for the most part, and this is really going to be the future for Masternode coins. It has to be a very streamlined service, something that is easy to do, something that is not overly complex. Also, in their settings tab, they have a lot of maintenance tabs. So usually you actually have to go through the coding console and write these lines in, but they have like automatic fixes here, so in case there's some problems on the actual wallet, you can clear the cache, reset the peers, rescan the blockchain, reset the blockchain, resync it, update the daemon, restart the daemon, refresh the wallet. So instead of having to go into the coding or the console, you just click these buttons, and it's going to be fixing most of your problems, if any are going to be actually coming out. So this is very, very convenient Qt wallet when it really comes to comparing to the other masternodes in the space. Now, let's kind of get into some of the other aspects of the project. First of all, we could look into where are the exchanges where you can buy it as of right now. So Divi has been kind of rising a lot from its 2018 price, which was below a cent, and now it has actually been mooning quite a lot in the past recent days, and it would have been very affordable to actually buy the lowest tier masternode back in March when the price wasn't booming that much. But let's look into the actual exchanges. So it's already in a lot of established exchanges. Bithumb is a really big one. We have Bitmax, Bitrue. Also, we have Crex and Stex Russian exchanges, LA Token, StayCube as well. Obviously not recommending these bottom 4 tiers, bit more sketchier ones, but I definitely recommend Bitrue, Bitmax, and Bithumb if you're gonna be buying Divi or selling it somewhere. It's currently ranked at 190 in the coin market cap, and the circulating supply is 2.1 billion, and that is actually the total supply. And let's kind of look into some of the other things that they are building. So obviously in the community, they have built out a lot of things. So there's, a lot of social good projects that they have worked on. There's a lot of local communities in different parts around the world. And there's also, things that they have basically funded out in the past, such as Divi Green, which is basically, building a better ecosystems in Venezuela and recycling on plastic, which is a big problem right now, especially in the seas filled with plastic. And here's the Mighty Project, which is about lymphoma, and the Spaghetti Project on Philippines, Agape House in San Diego. So a lot of things have already been built and funded by the actual governance. But let's get into the actual roadmaps. So the roadmap is one of the more exciting things about Divi. So they got a lot of things that they are actually working on as of right now. First of all, we talked about the mobile wallet. That is something that is coming out and is currently in beta. And I'm going to be doing, as I said already, a full individual video on it once the actual version is released. Now, other things that they are working is Lightning Works, which is one of the companies by one of the people working on Divi. Divi has actually a very big team of transparent people. This is not run by Anons. Basically, the Lightning Works is bringing out this sort of NFT, comics into the Wax blockchain. And here it obviously says EOS, but they are doing this sort of a project with Dragon Chain. And this is going to be interesting. The comic industry on NFTs, the comic industry hasn't been doing really that well as of late because they have not been making sales. And then you got all this crazy stuff happening with Marvel, which people are not liking. So this is going to be one exciting NFT project that I'm looking forward to. Cinematic or sounds into comics could be very groundbreaking. And then you can obviously sell the comics very easily without going into your local store, which might be, 5 miles away, and they give you like some cheap price on it. So that's one project Divi is working on. Then they have a Maya Energy, which is basically building solar power technology, charging stations, phone towers, water purifiers, which are sold in remote areas of Africa. Other things include also adding all of those updates, which are going to be putting into the mobile wallet, such as fiat gateway, swap between all of those 3 currencies plus Divi, are going to be added into the actual desktop wallet, which we just looked at. So basically, I can have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin in that wallet as well. Then there is Redivi, which is basically, they are building many things, but like, IBAN account, which means internal bank account number or something like that. So basically, bank accounts in Central and South America for market solutions. They're going to be also doing eDivi, which is WrapDivi, which is going to be enabled in DeFi. So I believe this is going to be a bridge into Ethereum. And then there is Permatech, which is a very interesting project, doing this sort of eco village in Costa Rica, where there's going to be a hotel where all the things you're going to be buying is with crypto only. And Divi is going to be one of those cryptocurrencies which is going to be accepted on this hotel, where basically guests are able to pay their lodging, food, adventures, yoga, surfing, ATV rentals, everything with Divi. And that seems like a very interesting project to see how it will basically turn out. But yes, the actual roadmap has quite a lot of things here which are very interesting. The Divi bond also was interesting, having a US-based financial institution partnership as well. So there are a lot of things that are in the works for Divi, and it's going to be very interesting to see when they're able to implement those things. What is the actual dates? Because it doesn't give us here numbers here. So that is one primary concern that I do have about the project. Like, is these going to be 5 years down the line? Is these are going to be happening this year or the next year or etc.? But overall, I find Divi project definitely one of those more premium masternode projects in the space. So definitely, if you're looking into investing in masternode coins, Divi should probably be in your radar for the coins to acquire. And as the actual mobile wallet rolls out, it's going to be interesting also how many people are going to be using that and having those fiat gateways to buy and sell Divi on that. That's going to be exciting. But that is pretty much my rundown of Divi project and my thoughts about it. You can find all the community links in the down below in my description in case you want to participate on their Telegram, Discord, and all other social media sites. Thanks for watching. I will be seeing you guys on the next video, whenever it may be. Cheers.